Released in 2000 by Kemco on Gameboy Color as a marketing tie-in with a DVD movie release, Tweety's high-flying adventure is a forgotten 2D side-scrolling platformer with a competitive 2-player link cable mode. The multiplayer mode essentially takes the obscure gameplay objective of the single-player campaign and adopts them into a 2-player head-to-head rule set. Player 1 controls Tweety, while Player 2 controls Sweetie, the pink variant of Tweety, but both have the same abilities. The goal is to be the first to collect a few paw prints from Sylvester the cat. To do this, you must first walk to a mailbox and press up to receive a random item, then use the select button to cycle through the collected items, and then use these Mario Kart-like weapons on Sylvester. When stunned, the paw print item appears above his head. Be careful though, because your opponent can steal it even though you did all the work. In a way, it sorta reminds me of classic Mario Brothers when you kill an enemy and a coin drops from the top free-for-all style. There are 8 available stages, each with their own theme and gimmick. The ice level is slippery, there are branch platforms in the tree stage, and the Egyptian level features elevators, for example. But the gameplay remains the same. Hit Sylvester to make him temporarily drop his paw print. However, if you stockpile a few items, you can easily cheese Sylvester by pinning him between each player. He doesn't randomly appear in a different part of the stage after taking a hit, so the difficulty and pacing can lose a little something. This is furthered because if you take damage, you're just stunned for a few seconds and you can't move. You don't even drop a paw print or an item, so there isn't much of a penalty if you wanted to play carelessly. Unfortunately, this 2-player link mode is buggy. As I was recording this footage, the game froze and glitched up a few times without warning, forcing a complete restart of both systems. The control scheme is also a little weird because you need to first hold up on the D-pad, then hold the jump button for a high jump. Why can't you just hold the jump button for longer like in any other game? At least the visuals are bright and cartoony, similar to the classic cartoons. Tweety's high-flying adventure isn't exactly the best single-player or multiplayer game, but I think it deserves some recognition because it isn't a typical platformer. Instead of making your way to the exit, you instead are a tiny bird trying to hurt a cat that's like 20 times your size, making this a ridiculous underdog story. I wouldn't say this is something you need to go out of your way to play, but if you happen to have easy access to 2 copies, a link cable, and a friend, then it's worth a curious attempt. And if you want more Looney Tunes, I played through Daffy Duck Fowl Play on Gameboy Color. This is another forgotten GBC platformer, but it has some of the best, most impressive animations on the system. I highly recommend you check it out. And for more Game Boy link cable goodness, check out my Enable the Link Cable playlist where I explore the forgotten multiplayer modes in original Game Boy and Game Boy Color games. Or check out my Game Boy Advance Single-Pak playlist where I covered every game that supports this multiplayer feature by only needing 1 cartridge. Links will be in the description. Until next time, thank you for watching and game on.